Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
And Rutherford Issues is proudly powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. And did you know that Sharing Change has given back over $12 million to local nonprofits? Your spare change really does add up. Learn more at sharingchange.org. It's time to talk about Murfreesboro City Schools. Lisa Trail joins us this morning in studio and gearing up for another school year already. Here we go.
It's amazing, but we're ready for that 2026-27 school year.
How does it happen so fast?
Summer did go by really quickly this year, it feels like. I think summer school makes a big difference because we're still in school all during the month of June, so it just feels like we don't stop.
Yeah. My kids say that, I say this all the time, that it's, summer just went by so fast,
yes.
And they say, well, that's because you're old, so.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
I think time does go by a little faster for us.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it's one of those things where the planning never stops. In fact, there was a lot of planning before this last school year ended to get ready for this new year.
Yeah, it really, it just starts cycling.
Yeah.
Right. And again, with summer school, it feels like we're always on that teaching. And then, of course, we have ESP as well. So our school doors really never close, which is great. We want to make sure that they're open and that our kids have a learning environment and a fun environment and all that. So for those that have been off, that didn't go to summer camp summer school or maybe be an ESP, it's almost that time to open those doors again for them.
So I'm sure that there are new things at some of the schools, like leadership and things like that, but not as much as maybe years past.
No, not really.
Not really?
We have, of course, Emily Spencer did retire this past year, which is hard shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But Sonia Cox, who is our principal at Cason Lane, actually took the job at Irma Siegel. And then her assistant principal, Miss Kimberly Hicks, actually went from assistant principal to principal at Cason Lane. So we are doing some Meet the Principals right now.
Yeah.
In fact, we did one with Cason Lane last week. We have one coming up this week with next week with Irma Siegel. So actually, those are the only two big things. And it doesn't feel like it's a huge change because both are still familiar faces.
Yeah. And both were in the system.
Right.
And actually at Cason Lane, it's someone who was already in the hallways anyway.
Absolutely. And Miss Cox had actually been at Irma Siegel prior to being at Cason Lane as a teacher and a coach. So, everybody's kind of, it was a nice, pleasant shift as far as just that shifting of principals. Now, Miss Spencer is going to be missed. By all means, she will be missed. Sorry about that.
No, that sounds just like my phone ring. So. Yeah. It's a necessary evil, isn't it, these days? With that being said, do you find, this is just something that popped into my mind, which could be dangerous, but, with so many new people moving into Rutherford County, they may not be familiar with, there's a county system, there's a city system and zones and things like that. Do you all have to do some education in that realm with some folks?
Well, of course, but I think that most people who are moving here, being two different systems is not unusual.
Right.
When you come from different states, especially, there's lots and lots of systems within a county. And so most people are looking for that. They're looking for their zone. But of course, you always want to educate and say, we are pre-K through sixth grade. Yeah. Big thing is whenever they've been with us and then they move out of county. And then we have to say, well, actually, you're not zoned for us anymore. You'll be going to this particular county school. But it makes it really nice because we work so well with the county. Right now, the biggest questions that I've received, and I think I've answered probably about 20 emails this morning from parents about, are we registered? Did I do it right? And I'm like, wait till July 27th, everything opens again. You can go on Skyward. You can see if you registered correctly. So that does happen next week. So the 27th is when our attendance secretaries come back. The schools start feeling very alive again in that front office. And for parents who just don't know it's like, did I do that?
Yeah.
And they can call and make sure that their child is registered correctly, or they can go online. Skyward will be open for parents as well on the 27th.
So
Now,
Skyward is
I was going to say, Skyward is our student information system, and it's currently being just worked on, that annual things that they do behind the scene.
Right.
So I think what's happened is parents have tried to log on over the weekend, and it's giving them an invalid. Well, that's because the system itself is in the process of upgrading.
So you have to take it down to do some of the upgrades.
Right. So not us, but Skyward in general has taken this down to do the upgrades. But on the 27th, the Monday, they'll be able to get on and make sure everything looks right. We will have our open houses that first week in August. We'll post those on our social media the end of this week so that everyone knows when they can go into their schools. It's August 5th and 6th. And again, that'll be on our social media and will be sent out to parents as well as to what time. And because some of the larger schools have two different times, like one for K2, the other for 3-6. And then some of them are doing it all together.
Okay.
But all of that is coming out. Our school supplies are already online, what you need and what the needs and the wants kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that our parents know that that list is a suggested list, and that we have so many of our nonprofits and our faith-based organizations that are working with us and working with the county as well to make sure that if any child needs school supplies, that they're affordable or they're free to them. So we have also posted that on our social media, especially our Facebook site, to say here's some areas that are offering free back-to-school supplies. Here's some of our faith-based organizations that are having particular drives. Some of them include haircuts. Some of them include like backpacks. It's just amazing how much this community really surrounds our children during this time of year. So we don't want anyone to feel like I've got 3 kids and this is $100 each, and it's hard. We realize that, back to school supplies get more expensive every year. It seems
and clothes
like.
On top of growing kids.
Exactly. Backpacks, all of those kind of things. So certainly want to make sure that everyone is ready to go to school with some new crayons and new pencils. And our nonprofits and our faith-based are just amazing as far as having those available.
Well, I have to say that as a fairly new grandpa, we're getting excited for the first day of preschool coming up. And in 4 years she will be Black Fox's problem. But it's seeing that in my kids who I had that same excitement for them going back to school, and for her, it's just one of those times of the year where kids get excited, parents are excited, especially for the age group of kids that you all get to see, those kindergartners coming in for the first time. I mean, that's exciting stuff.
Yeah. My 3-year-old great niece had her little welcome back to preschool.
Oh, nice.
Or pre-K. She's not here in this county. She was so excited because she got it in the mail, and she was running out to show me that, her teacher and all. And I'm like, oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
You just, that first day of school, that first open house, when you find out who your teacher is, all that kind of stuff, it's supposed to be a special time. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we want to make sure it is. And we want to make sure that the parents aren't overburdened with school supplies or whatever they need. And I think that just speaks highly of our community, that there are resources out there for them.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out ways to get a name permanently on a sippy cup or Stanley cup.
Make sure that everything you buy has their name on it, and it needs to have their last name as well, or at least an initial, because it's you'll be surprised at how many children have the same name and the same sippy cup or mat or jacket or any of those kind of things. So, but we are so excited. I always love the first day of school. I love greeting the parents. You can tell half of them are so excited to be dropping off, and the other half are a little bit not so excited. They're hating that school's starting and summer is over, but it'll be a great year.
Well, one of those things that, I mean, we were talking, and Lisa Trail is with us, Murfreesboro City Schools. We were talking about, all the school supplies and purchasing. The state does have the tax-free weekend, which starts at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, July 31st, and ends at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, August 2nd. So
which is perfect because we
this
start
weekend,
to
but the
school
next.
the following week.
Yeah.
Right?
And so, but those lists are already online, like you
Yes,
said.
they're online. If you go to your school's website, there is a icon that says school supplies. Click it. It'll tell you per grade level what the school supplies are. I would pay particular attention to some of those lower grades because they do have like really specific as far as what kind of crayon works best. And it's not that we're advertising any name brand, but they know which ones breaks
Right.
and which ones actually make it past 2 weeks, that kind of stuff. Some of the headphones and things like that have specifics that the teachers are wanting. And then, if you're out and you see some great sale on those expos, always get an expo marker. They go through those very quickly in school.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the chalk.
It's our old
equivalent
chalk,
nowadays.
yes,
Yeah.
expos, because they're writing on their boards. They're writing on different. Yeah, so I just always laugh and go, "Oh, expo's on sale. Let's grab it."
Yeah, why not?
So.
Yeah. I just went on cityschools.net. Have you all done some work on the page?
We have. Are you complimenting it?
I like it.
Thank
yeah.
you. We do have
Looks
a new
very good.
website. We launched it in the first part of July. So we are still making sure that we have all of the information there. We went to a totally different platform. And of course, when you switch over 20 years of the website, sometimes you lose a few things. So we really haven't talked about it very much. We're just trying to figure out what we lost and
where we can find it.
Yes, absolutely. Kevin Jones is our webmaster, and he did a tremendous job. And it does look great. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
seeing that.
Well, tell him it looks great. Now,
will do that.
It looks like, for the most part, I've just clicked on Bradley Academy, for instance.
Yeah.
The schools look very similar, but is it a
Right.
different platform for them too?
No,
It's
they're
just
actually
the homepage.
the platform has been the same for the schools for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
That
for
was a fairly recent, I guess,
yeah,
3
it was
years ago.
And so then our district is on the similar site. So we will be doing a lot of updates this week to make sure parents have the right information, to get updated lists on there and all of that. So you'll see quite a few changes and news posts and stuff this coming week.
Well, I do go on there frequently. It's not like you don't send, everything that in the news and announcements that's posted there, you always send to the media and we post. But we do check on occasion
Sure.
just to see if there's something maybe we missed in an email or something like that. So, but it's the first time I've been on there. So it looks very good. And
thanks.
can find things and upcoming events, which you got your calendar there, and that's always front and center.
The calendar is always front and center, and it's on there. It's a great thing to, you can download it. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your refrigerator. It's set. So you will know when spring break is, when fall break is, when Thanksgiving break is. All of that's already set in stone. And we go the same amount of days as every other district. It's 180 days of school. So I get that question too. It's like, no,
Do
it's
you really?
180 days.
Okay.
We all have to go the same amount of days.
Now, for those maybe asking that, if they have kids in the county system and the city, maybe they're seeing that a few of the dates don't match up. But for the most part, you're kind of in sync.
We really try to as much as possible.
'Cause
We do,
it's hard on parents.
Yeah, we do more of our our in-service dates on a Friday, so that the kids are off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That looks a little bit different, but I think that's only 2 days this year that we're a little bit off. But our start and stop dates are the same, or almost the same.
Yeah.
I never say that because every time I do, I'm like, wait. I question
There's
myself. Like
always
there may
something,
be a 2-hour day versus a half day, but overall, we all try to talk to each other across not only just this county, but across the Middle Tennessee to make sure we're reasonable, with everything.
And the what used to be called, I don't know if they still are, those teacher work days or half days. There aren't as many half days as there used to be. It's almost like they're full days.
Right.
And then you do those on the Friday for the long weekend, but
Right.
teachers are still there. But
Right.
those half days kind of got hard for parents. So I think a lot of the districts have gone away from that as much as
I think
possible.
so. And it's a lot easier for teachers with the mindset of, okay, I'm not exhausted from teaching half a day. They're knowing that this is a full day of in-service training.
Yeah.
And teachers are already back. Our building was filled last week with literacy training. I walked in today, saw lots of different faces. They're there for a different type of CIP training, I think, this week. Our art teachers were gone last week. They were in Nashville, I believe, doing continuing education. So it's really interesting when you look around. There are so many people. School may not be in session, but there are so many of our adults in training. They're getting their continuing ed. They're getting prepared for the next year.
I have a lot of teacher friends, and a lot of them are doing the continuing education that they have to do, you know, to continue to have their license and whatnot. And so a lot of that stuff happens, you know, the few weeks before they get back into the classroom, just to kind of, you know, that's really when school starts for teachers, isn't it? You know, right after the 4th of July, they're eager to get back in the classroom and get going, huh?
I think so. I think so. They all do their own different paces, and that's really kind of nice because they can choose some of those continued eds that really work for them best.
So just as we wrap up here, a word to those in the city system: go to your school's website, because I'm sure all of this information is going to be there, and about open houses and things of that nature, all the fun things that happen on a school level.
Open houses will be posted either late this week or the first part of next week.
Okay.
With times, dates. A lot of them have already been sent out, but they were sent in May, so they may have already forgotten, but we will send them again, just getting ready for back to school timing. So those will either go out this late this week or first of next week. And if Tori was with me, she'd be able to tell you exactly when she's got them scheduled to go posted. And one other thing before we kind of wrap up, our City Schools Foundation is in the process of, you know, getting grants, teacher grants again, and that'll close out in September. The foundation is such a wonderful program, for our city schools, but it's also time for their fall fundraiser. It'll be another pickleball, serve it up pickleball tournament, and it's October 23rd and 24th, and it will be at Adams Tennis Complex, actually at the pickleball courts at Old Fort, but I don't know how else to reference it other than it's Adams and the pickleball courts. So if you're a pickleball player, we'd love to have you that time.
Who's not now?
Who is not? So we'll get those registrations open in September, but they're working on sponsorships and all the fun things to create a great event now. So
last year went so well, I guess we got to do it again.
So great. It was probably one of the most fun events I've had the opportunity to attend, and I think it'll be even better this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So save the date, October what now?
23rd and 24th. It's Serve It Up Pickleball.
Very good. Well, Lisa, as always, thanks for coming in and sharing with what's going on with Murfreesboro City Schools. I guess we'll be in school the next time we talk, huh?
We will.
How about that? Fun times.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Lisa Trail joining us, Murfreesboro City Schools, today on Rutherford Issues.